Here I've had another delivery, and this is another item from Woodleigh Engineering. You may remember that I ordered two of the 7 plank wagons, the open wagon kit. Anyway, this is another one that they've made, which is W&L box van. I was so impressed with the 7 plank wagon, I thought I wanted a box van, so I looked out for it so that I could get one. Well, it wasn't as soon as it came out. I also bought some barrels from them. I have a 3D printer and I can print my own, but while I was ordering it, I thought I'd go for that. So I guess it's a bit of a box opening. As usual, very nicely packed, and I'll lift out all the items that I think are in there. That's the empty box, and yes, look what we've got. So, quite a lot of bags of components. You can see a few things, wheels and axles there. That looks like brake, or all sorts of different black plastic bits. That will be the brake lever. I was just wondering if they were all brake linkage, but no, it won't be. We'll find out later. Buffers in there, and the coupling hooks, as far as I can tell. Axle boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4 axle boxes in there, and the bearings, the axles. And then here we have the components of the wagon itself. Now, I think it's the same as previously. I need to go and download the instructions. That's the lid for it, isn't it? And then I'll be able to see exactly the order in which I'm expected to put this together. Clearly, you can do your own browsing. I ordered it on the phone, which doesn't give me as good a view as I get from the PC. But you get some nice pictures of the kit made up here, and then a little bit about it. The specifications, what's in the kit, so those plastic bags that we've just had a look at, over 70 detailed parts, the materials that it's made of. Assembly can be done in less than 1 hour. Right, good. Download the detailed assembly instructions here, and that's what I came here for. And that's what we get as my assembly instructions. Let's see what pages I want to print. I don't need to print all these pages. Okay, I've decided that I'm not going to print out the assembly instructions. They cover lots and lots of pages because they have detailed full colour photographs of the assembly as it goes along. So it's not a dense set of instructions, but I've read it through briefly. I think I have an idea of what I'm doing, and so what I will do is keep it on the computer over there and then go through. And so what I know is that I start off with the floor, with the sole bars, the flashing of which here I need to remove, and then this goes onto the floor with some cross bracing going across. And could be that I show you how I do it. I could leave this recording, it could be speeded up at the end, but the instructions are so clear that I will come back and record if I think, oh, that wasn't clear, or that might be a bit tricky. I think you'll find your own way through with no problem. And you can preview all the instructions from the website before you even buy. Here is my box of files accumulated over years. They vary in quality. I got some which were sold as diamond files like that, and some are just ordinary files. From what I remember from last time, they're adequate. You see, you've got these rounded bits there, just the bits that I know I had to do last time in order to clear it up, clear away these bits here. And I guess I could use a scalpel. Fortunately, the end of the file fits in there. Sharp little screwdriver to chisel into there, or a brad awl. Not a pointed awl, but one that's flat on the end. A bit like sharpen it like a chisel, like a little mini chisel. But the end of this file will do anything you got to hand. An electrical screwdriver. Who knows? You will find something that you can use to do that. And this is a very fine little chiseling type machine, little screwdriver type thing. Shouldn't advise people to abuse their tools. Okay, it was fairly obvious what bits you dig out along here. And you take it's not flashing as such because this is 3D printed, so it's a part of the, what's it called? The foundation layer. I can't remember what it's called. The layer that's put down so it sticks to the bed of the printer. And there'll be some squaring up to do on these edges, but it's not quite so obvious that these parts on the floor, there, and there, have to be dug out because it just looked like graining on the wood. But there we go. Something there to be dug out. That's it. See, can't see it very much, just like a graining on the wood. But yes, there's a piece there to be dug out. And then once it's dug out, the trial fitting is going to be a matter of looking at how much squaring off of edges I've got to do and flattening out of the base of these holes. See these holes here. That's it. A bit more taken out there. A bit more taken out of that one. Well, you know, pretty nicely done, pretty nicely designed. And then they are handed. I can't remember exactly how they're handed, but what it will be is that when, I don't think I need to do too much squaring up. Looking at that gap there, it's not far off being a nice tight fit, so I'll carry on with that. Well, there is the finished object, and I am completely satisfied with it. There's this working sliding door. There it goes. Holding the handheld camera this time. And yeah, you know what to expect now from these Woodleigh Engineering kits. Fabulous detail. Okay, so there are some tricky things. I've not put the rain guards on because I just applied them and thought, I don't like the look of that. So I've left it off. Getting these bits in, the hangers for the top of the door, was a bit tricky, and that's a bit fiddly. You need a pair of tweezers or something. Just position it. It goes opposite where the bolt heads are on the opposite side there. And yeah, I got the hangers in underneath. Managed to get the brake lever on in a way that it's posable. And I've gone for the dumb buffers on the end. I just put a bit of super glue on that. Yeah, and I've left the roof loose for now. Not sure what I'll do with it in terms of, if I might use it in some other way to hold battery or sound or anything like that. But very pleased again with the quality of this kit. Took me more than the hour. It took me 2.5 hours to build. What have I not done? I have made up the buffers. I'm just letting that light drop out of the way. I've made up the chopper buffers and put them aside. But the dumb buffers are fitted there. Oh, that's what I've not done. I've not done the hook and chains. I did do on the wagons, so I will at some point, but I decided to stop and make a coffee and call it a night. But that's a twiddly job, and I needed to go and get my fine-nosed pliers in order to open up the links of the chain to put it through, well, to separate it out so that I could have the hook and chain attachments on the end on the buffer beams of these wagons. That's not gone down inside. I have to look at that. There it is, that's inside. That's it, that's the roof. That's the roof in place here. Okay, sorry, you're looking at my knees then instead of at the object. I hope that's been of interest to see that. And if you do want to ask anything about the construction and I can still remember what I did, I'd be very happy to answer it. But the construction details that they've provided on the web are perfectly adequate with a little bit of thinking.